I wouldn't want a dumbass to run in front of the camera while I was shooting something, and so I'm not going to be that guy either.
We arrived fairly early that day at what I believe is one of the most iconic locations in Iceland. Before we went out to look for compositions, however, coffee was in order. Although this evening presented its challenges, I managed to capture some of my best images ever as a landscape photographer.
So I just made some coffee. It's day number 3 here in Iceland and video number 2. And we're in Stokkanes trying to photograph Vestrahorn. And it is beautiful. Black sandy beaches stretching as far as the eye can see until they meet some gigantic mountains in the distance. So right now we're just walking around trying to find a good place to shoot this thing from. The light right now is not that great. It's like yesterday, no clouds, blue skies, but there's a little bit more wind since we're out by the coast. So I think that things are gonna change pretty quickly, and when they do, we're gonna have found our perfect spot, just waiting there to pull the trigger, so to speak. But first we gotta find it, and what I'm looking for is an interesting foreground element, because I mean the background is gonna be pretty amazing no matter what, but to make the image fantastic you need something good in the foreground, an interesting thing, if you will, or a symmetrical shape, and that's what we're looking for, and maybe something for the middle ground, who knows. But I feel like we're probably gonna end up on one of these. I think it's wheat. It's like wheat bushes. We might end up having one of those in the foreground because they look really neat. Yeah. Okay, so I finally settled on the composition here. As you can see, the sun has dropped a little bit in the sky. It's getting closer to nighttime, and I got my beanie on, which means it's time for some serious landscape photography. But yeah, I've settled on this composition right here. It allows me to show the contrast between the wheats getting hit by the last rays of sun and a dark mountain in the background. I'm shooting it with a 10 to 24 millimeter lens. My shutter speed is 60. I wanted to go slower, but then if I went any more slow, these would move in the image. So I think 60 was like the golden shutter speed. F14 and base ISO. 2-second timer, and there you go. Okay, so now I've settled in on a little different composition. Different in the sense that I'm not shooting directly at the mountain, and I'm not getting the whole scene, which is what all photographers tend to do when they're here, because I mean, look at it, it's fantastic. So what I've done is I've actually narrowed myself in to just a few of these little bumps getting hit by the golden light, and just part of the mountain in the distance, and it looks really good. Same deal. I'm doing a shutter speed of 1/125th of a second, f14, ISO 500, and it looks spectacular. So I actually managed to get one last photo after I was done shooting way over there. I noticed there was still some color in the clouds, kind of reddish, purplish colors. So I just charged towards the ocean, which is way over there, and managed to get a few decent photographs. The only problem is the fact that I had to stay with the other photographers, meaning I really wanted to get as close as possible to the shoreline, to the beach, so I could get those nice lines in the sand or in the water, and I managed to get those. But I wasn't able to emphasize them as much as I wanted to, because if I had just ran out there to the beach, I would be in everybody's photographs, because there's a lot of people here, and they were all standing back behind the beach for some reason. So I guess the lesson is don't sabotage people's photos. I wouldn't want a dumbass to run in front of the camera while I was shooting something, and so I'm not going to be that guy either. But all in all, very, very good evening for photography.
So that next morning, I actually got up early to go shoot that exact same location, hoping for a nice sunrise. However, overnight conditions had changed. We had low-hanging clouds, gray skies, rain. But what I did manage to do was to get the composition that I wanted. Because there were no photographers there, I actually went down to the beach and I framed up the shot that I wanted, emphasizing the lines in the water, leading your eye into the image, with the massive mountains partly covered by clouds in the distance. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the image right now, and what I think it's going to do is going to show you the difference light and composition makes for an image. So I hope you guys liked my second video on landscape photography. What image was your favorite? Leave the answer in the comment section below. Make sure you like this video and follow this channel. And until next time, thanks for watching.